Okay guys, I have not made a highlight video in a few days because we were smack in the middle of a chat room format switch. It had to be done. The chat room I was using before, heck, I guess I could say names. The chat room I was using before was GVO Conference. And really, to be honest with you, great room, had all the features we needed. Only one small thing was wrong with it, and that is it would just disconnect everybody at random. We couldn't get back in 10 minutes at a time, something like that, and you never knew, and it would act right for several days, even weeks, and then boom, all of a sudden you get a rash of, and then you call tech support, and or you email tech support. You can't call them, and you get an email back in about 3 days from some guy in the Czech Republic saying, we'll give us 6 to 7 days to get it right. So that was my issues. So anyway, we just switched to Hotcom. Looks kind of old school. Looks like the old chat rooms, but it's stable. And man, that's what we need. And we can also send out bell or whistle alerts when one of the moderators posts something, so people don't have to stare at chat all day. And we're also some of the moderators, myself and a few others, I should say, use the mic when we make a call as well. So if you're not staring at chat, you'll hear us over your speakers. Hey, there's a trade in the room, and it'll also be typed out. So anyway, so far, oh, and I can't say enough about Hotcom's customer support. It's a little trickier to get in the morning when you first load it for the first time. And their tech support probably helped 20 to 25 members of ours that couldn't get in. And they just, every email I got, they said forward it to them, and Kathy with Hotcom handled everybody and got them in. Even got a guy through the firewall from his work to get into the chat room. So very impressive customer support at Hotcom. I can't say enough about that. So hopefully we'll be with them a long time. All right. Oh, and the projector's beautiful. The picture, the image when I project a chart, crystal clear. So anyway, all right, I'm done rambling about that. And then this morning, if you have E-Trade, you know the glitch that happened with E-Trade. I was in stuff I didn't know I was in, okay, because E-Trade was, and I think it had to do with the Java update or something, but it was messed up. I had positions I didn't know, so I started the day down a couple hundred without realizing it. Didn't even know I was in positions, and when I tried to get out, it wasn't posting my orders, and it was a nightmare. Ended up the day nicely green, though. I'm glad to have battled back from that nightmare. Now I've talked enough about all the other stuff. Here are some calls that I made today. VMEM, this was on our watch list, and this is what it looked like when I called it. There's the opening 5-minute high right there, and you see it did a little pullback and then right up to it again. So I just called it over that 391. Just a simple high of day break. About 30 minutes in. 385 stop. There's the trigger, and really was up the rest of the day. Doesn't look like much here, but from 391, it went to 418, and that's a nice percentage gain on a stock of that price. YOD. Now, this is one that if I hadn't had my E-Trade troubles, I would have been very happy calling this on a break of the 5-minute high. There's the opening 5-minute candle. We all know this thing's been on fire lately. That's a great early morning trade, a break of that 5-minute high. But again, I was messing with E-Trade, so it just took off without me. On this pullback, I believe right in here, I called this long 594 with a 576 stop, and from there it did get through the high of the day. It went to 625. So 30 something cents on a $6 stock, still not bad. Plenty of time to put some money in your pocket. One of our all-stars, Ayal, he's been on fire. He's laser focused and just sticks with stuff. And even if he's stalking something and it doesn't trigger, he doesn't take it off watch. He just keeps. He's relentless about watching and waiting for the proper entry. So best addition to the moderators in a while. He called ARRS. And this is what it looked like when he called it. I mean, it gapped up, took off. Would have been a nice short up here, by the way. But anyway, and then it's starting to get that shape change to the downside. So he was looking for a bounce and called this at 26.91, which triggered right there. And the stop was only a dime below, 26.81. And look at this. That was the low of the day, and it gets back up through the high of the day. From 26.91 went to 28.15, which overall is $1.24 in our favor on 10 cents risk. Very, very impressive. And then late in the day, and I almost feel wrong posting this, I called NOW short. And the reason I almost feel wrong posting it is because I ended up just making a couple pennies a share on this. I already had met my goal for the day. And I just wasn't too anxious to stay in this one, and it just didn't quite move quick enough for me. But you see the shape. If I just loosely connect the bottom of the candles here, and you see a lot of my videos that talk about shape change. You see that shape change? You see that volume? That's usually intraday capitulation and a great setup for a reversal. I just called it short for the members in the room below this candle, which I just got an email. This call made somebody's day. So. But the trigger for the now NOW short 68.32 with a high of day stop, which was 17 cents above, and it triggered there. And you can't really tell here because it's a 5-minute candle. I ended up just getting out. I thought the market was strong. I thought, you know, I'm just not going to risk having this reverse on me. I guess here's the thing. I am totally wired. I would rather watch a stock work, you know, even if I'm back out, than take a small loss. And this is at the end of the day. When I've already met my goal. And if you're like me at all, you know what I'm talking about. I would rather have a losing day from the opening bell than to have a really nice morning and then whittle away at those gains by trading in the afternoon until I've whittled them all down to nothing, or even have it turn into a loss. So now, over this past year or so, when I have what I'm looking for that day, I'm really just hesitant to trade at all. And if I do trade, I give something a penny or two. I mean, honestly, and I'm not saying that's right. You know, when you met your goal, the proper attitude would probably be try to double it, right? But I just it ruins my psyche for the whole next day if I give back morning gains. So anyway, that's just the way my feeble little brain is wired. But okay, here we go. Enough of that. Look at that. So the short was right there, and like I said, I just got an email from a guy that said it made his day, you know, late in the day. There's the short, and there's the stop. And it was all due to shape change on an intraday basis, and it worked out really nice. It went down to 67.40 from 68.32, so almost a buck, 92 cents in our favor on 17 cents risk. And, you know, it's a little embarrassing that I made almost nothing out of that. But I do really, really like, and I've been doing this a lot lately, I do really like shorting that upside shape. And you know, with the SPY as strong as it's been, even that's working. So when the SPY, if you know, we get back up around recent highs, you know, and then we start to show some weakness, I think that'll start to work even better. But even on strong days, on the right stocks, that works very well. By the way, the market's just crazy strong ever since pushing down here almost all the way back up to new highs. Just crazy. But we're taking it one trade at a time, so I really don't care that much about the overall market. But you definitely want to try to trade with the market on an intraday basis. All right, I'm done babbling. Have a good night.